For those of you who couldn't make the Heritage Open days at the weekend and would still like to see Juliet Seebohm's finished Cromer sketchbook from 1884, I brought it out here one last time to video, just so you had an opportunity to see it before it's packed away again. It's very fragile, so you've got to be a little bit careful of it. It's of no actual monetary value, just obviously much value to me, so I want to keep it safe. So you can see it's A4 sized in landscape. There is the word Cromer on one side and the letters JMS on the other. That stands for Juliet Mary Seebohm, who is our artist Juliet there, who I've propped up. It's kind of cloth bound with gold edging. So I'm going to go through it page by page just so you can see it. So this copy belonged to the Locker family, who are my great-great-grandparents. And it starts with a poem based on Spenser's Fairy Queen. Of Cromer, it says, "O turn thy rudder Cromeward a while, here may thy storm-built vessel safely ride. This is the port of rest from troublesome toil, the world's sweet inn from pain and wearisome turmoil." So this is the first sketch. And this is by Frederick Seebohm, who is Juliet's father, from 1873. And you can just see how small Cromer was at the time, prior to the railway boom which followed in 1877 onwards. My grandmother left a note in our version which said, a very helpful note, said the artist and writer was a Seebohm. They were Quaker bankers, I believe. Old Billy, who's one of the fishermen, taught my mother to swim, and also she was in the cricket match with Mr. Hoare as umpire. And there is old Billy. And here is a photo of Samuel Hoare that was in the cricket match. So the first page says, "Dame Lucy is by luckless lady sows incessantly, the heavy plight she might not mend for fear or charity." And that is the bathing machine owner there holding the towels with the bathing machines. And alongside her are the Seebohm sisters, Hannah Jane Locker, who was my great-great-grandmother, and the boy is Godfrey. And there's writing underneath which says, "I can't promise any of you ladies a machine yet. The number 15 has to go in the water. There's ladies waiting for number 4, and so on." The next sketch shows Gilbert Rooke, who's a very well-known fisherman. I've got a picture of him here. He was Leather Rooke, and he was known as Leather Rooke because he was tough as old sea boots. And there he is in conversation with one of the Seebohms, and they say, "Didn't you say you would get me a machine, Rooke?" And he says, "Yes, miss, I'll do it for you." "How much longer will it be?" He says, "All right, miss, it's a-coming." And then the ladies wait their faithful knight to take them in the boat. They fear no danger, elfin bark, whatever betide will float. And this series of sketches shows Bertie and Daisy Barclay. And there's Bertie. And there he is in the canoe, rowing towards the sisters. And his sister Daisy, wearing the cork lifeboat, just here is his sister. And Daisy was known as Day, so when it says, "Fair Day doth lend her willing aid," it is a toilsome feat, with heavy gowns and gilful boat to climb into a seat. And there's Daisy, Bertie, holding onto the boat with the sisters trying to climb in. And again, the next one says "out to sea." Daisy didn't like swimming by the looks of it, and there she is looking at the boat. And it says, "As soon as the boat is full, nonetheless they sit there still as before, dislikeful even then to turn and swim towards the shore." And there they are, look. It says, "Let down gently," and in they've gone into the water. It says, "Again they venture forth, but suddenly one end plunges down. In such a mass of struggling limbs, no wight might know his own." And look, wrecked, and in they go again. "One day the sea is raging wild, but gentle maids are brave. One false maid leaps, the other sinks head first into the waves." And I love this one. Look, you can see one of them going head first into the water. And there's Daisy again, running away to shore. It says, "Which fared the worst of these sad maids, it would be hard to say, but whilst they struggle comes false Rooke and bears the boat away." You can just see the boat coming in the background there. It says, "When the wave has passed." And this one's interesting. It says, "Old Billy waits his faithful friends. All Cromer folk know him, for though he cannot swim himself, he taught them all to swim." And here's Billy, and Billy had clubfoot, and you can see his feet turned inwards there. And there's actually the real picture of him. Unfortunately, the picture has cut off his feet, but that is one and the same man there. He's a very well-known character on Cromer Beach. It says, these damsels are in paradise, all bright with gladful glee, disporting them for hours in the green and sunny sea. And this sketch shows the Mays brothers, who were James Charles and William Mays, and they're teaching the girls to swim off their crab boat, and that's the East Cliffs of Cromer in the background. And this one says, false day doth promise her dear friend to swim with her at last. Brave Judy, who's Juliet, steps forth first, then turns, the door is bolted fast. And there, look, it's Judy in the boat, Juliet. She's waiting for Daisy, and Daisy has shut herself in the bathing machine. And this last couple of sketches, this one says, from Muscovy the sage hath come to study British law. He chooseth him a lonely spot upon the wasteful shore. And that was Professor Vinogradov, who here is pictured on the beach. And I've got a much older picture of him in a biography. And there is Professor Paul Vinogradov. And in the last sketch it says, in Cliff House Field the ladies fair do meet when evening falls, and try to win, renowned with bats and stinging cricket balls. And there's the last sketch of the cricket match. Cliff House is still there on Cromer's East Cliff, and the chap with the umpire here is actual Samuel Hall, who was the MP for Norwich. And that's the end of the book, so there's blank pages after that. So the book that I've written follows the stories of all these people. So old Billy, Gilbert Leatherrook there, Juliet, Paul Vinogradov, Samuel Hall, Bertie Barclay, among others. So yes, so the book is for sale now, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.